Recording. Welcome everyone. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes, sir. Okay, man. So you want to talk a little bit about what's going on in the market? Maybe take a look at Bitcoin here.
sure. Just like you said, man, this week it's kind of a weird week, but it looked like everything was consolidating. But specifically Bitcoin, to me, I try to keep it simple. I try to because there's so many ways you can actually look at this, but I didn't want to include so many details because literally anything can happen at this point.
Yeah.
But just to summarize it, and you can chime in whenever. But we dropped down. We found our resistance at the 10,000 mark. We tried to pierce through it a bunch of times. Looked like it wasn't going in, and basically the bulls just pushed back, and now we're finding a bit of a resistance at the 2500 mark, if anything. So if I go down to my 1 hour, looks like so we hit it down, boom, try to hit it again, 2500, didn't happen, found support again, and now we're steadily going up, and we're kind of just staying at the 1 hour chart on a 55 VMA. We're just following that, and now soon enough, something's gonna happen. I'm not sure. I can't tell if it's either gonna go above it or below it, but it's getting squeezed at this region, and hopefully will go above. So if it does go above, and we pierce through it, and then kind of go down to retest it, and it stays, then we're looking at a more of a bullish outcome. It's gonna go back up, and I would assume somewhere our next target would be somewhere around this area.
Somewhere 11 around 1150 there maybe even. Or maybe even yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, it's a range too, right? Like depending.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this is where I think it would go to. That's assuming that we are we're going above the 2500 mark. But does it look like it will? I'm not sure. I don't. My first guess is no, but then again, anything can happen. We had a hard downtrend um, uh, on the beginning of September. And looking at this, I don't know, just going through the channel. So if this goes back down again, and the 2500 mark doesn't hold, or if it actually we don't even go through it, we don't pierce through it, and it would just push us back down here, then I'm assuming we're still going to be in our consolidation phase, and then we're going to have to look at it again at the 10,000 mark. Is it going to hold? Is it not? Is it going to piece through it? And if it does, what's going to happen? Is it going to hold it? If it does, we're assuming that we're going to go back up. We're going to continue consolidating. If not, at the 10,000 mark, when we pierce through it and it doesn't hold it, then we're looking at it literally going back to the previous levels, and we should be looking at something maybe at the 9,000 mark. So I tried to keep it simple. I didn't want to go too crazy on it, just because we're consolidating. The news is playing a part. The hype behind it is playing a part. So I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
very
no,
passive on it.
I hear you. I'm kind of unsure what's gonna happen with Bitcoin too. Now I know we mentioned this in another video, but it's worth mentioning it again. Unfortunately, in my opinion, Bitcoin is correlated with what is going on with the stock market. So, if we have a major downturn in the stock market tomorrow, Bitcoin is likely to not do well. But if the stock market happens to do well, Bitcoin is likely to do well as well. So I think one major factor that's going to play a decision in whether or not Bitcoin breaks above resistance or breaks below this red line support is what's going to happen with the stock market. Unfortunately, I feel like that's a major factor to consider here.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so these are our thoughts, I guess, on Bitcoin. We'll see. I don't know um, uh, if we're looking at. Do you think anything in the market in general is affecting right now? So whatever you just made, like, do you have an example of what's going on, or because I haven't been looking at all
Of what going on specifically?
of what's going on in the outside and actual stocks market and how it's affecting it?
Oh,
Was there anything that
I
affected, or just um, uh, the
well,
general consensus?
no, like if you I don't know, we don't have to do this right here, but if you look up I'm not saying anything like particular like today happened, but just generally speaking, if you were to pull up a chart of like the S&P 500 or the Dow Jones, it's uncanny how closely it mirrors the price of Bitcoin. So um, if there's a major downturn in the stock market, it's probably gonna
Yeah.
cause Bitcoin to go down as well. So it's just something to keep an eye out on for, especially right now because there is some uncertainty within the stock market. Like there's talk that there could be another
Hmm.
stock market crash like we recently had. Exactly, yeah, we recently had this downturn. Now if this
Yeah.
downtick right here does turn into a major sell-off, we can expect that the United States government will get involved at some point and do more quantitative easing, more bailout, more
Yeah.
stimulus.
Yeah.
So, but that's going to be very bad news for Bitcoin and the rest of the cryptocurrency alt market. In the meanwhile, if that does happen,
Definitely.
yeah, I
So
like.
I guess for now that we're saying, hey, let's just chill out on the site for a bit, see what
Basically.
happens in this level, and we'll act accordingly.
Yeah, yeah, this is a very uncertain time here, guys. Like we could see a break above, and this could be a great buying opportunity. But the cryptocurrency market is very uncertain. So is the stock market, which makes the cryptocurrency market even more uncertain. So there's just the I'm not convinced to what's gonna happen one side or the other. So if you guys are new to cryptocurrency, are just learning yourselves as well. Like we're just learning, but you might want to just keep an eye out to see what's going on, macro before you really delve into buying something at the moment.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Okay.
All right, man. Well, yeah. Do you have
We
any
can
more thoughts there with Bitcoin before we wrap this one up?
no, I think that's pretty much it for me.
Okay, y'all. Thanks for sticking through. We're gonna try to make these things more short and concise. Please, like, subscribe, comment, share. Really helps out the channel. That's it for now, guys. We'll talk to you later. Thanks.